Hey everybody, today we will discuss about the Punjabi people speak versus the Punjabi learners speaks. So what is the difference? Actually there are a lot of differences. We speak totally differently and you guys speak totally differently. It's not about you are a beginner, even the people who are in advanced level, they speak differently. I think the reason we learn Punjabi differently than you guys. Most of you guys learn Punjabi from teachers, from books. We learn Punjabi from the experience, right? So maybe it could be a barrier for you to understand us because we speak differently, right? This fucking dog, man, he's keep barking. Actually, I was at the farm, so they are farm dogs, they are barking each other. Anyway, so I was talking about the difference between Punjabi people and the people who learn Punjabi, right? So what kind of difference we have when it comes to Punjabi speaking. So I'm gonna give you a couple of examples of Punjabi sentences, right? For example, like when we greet people, right? Or we talk to people, it could be on phone, it could be with friends. So most of you guys, even with friends, you would say like "Tuhada ki haal hai," right? "Tuhada ki haal hai." So when we are talking to friends, we don't say "Tuhada," we would say "Tera ki haal hai." We won't say "hai," we say "ah." "Tera ki haal hai," or we just say like "ki haal hai," all right? So we don't say "Tuhada ki haal hai," right? Or even if there's a person who is not our friend, who is like an elder person and we want to give him respect, so instead of "Tuhada," we will say "Soda ki haal hai," right? So we don't say "Tuhada ki haal hai," we will say "Soda ki haal hai." So that is the main difference, right? And another thing I noticed, you guys are using G word like a very overly, right? So we use the G word to give respect to the people. We don't use it with friends. I notice maybe like if we have to say yes, right? We say haan. That's what we say. But most of you guys, you are always saying hanji, right? Hanji, tuhada ki haal hai, hanji. All the time hanji. We don't say that, man. We only use it for if it's elder people. Even the elder people, if we are very familiar with them, if we are friendly, we use haan. We don't use hanji. Or we use hanji with like elder people we don't know. Or we use the hanji like who is somebody respectful, like a teacher, stuff like that, right? So we don't use with friends. I notice most of you guys choosing with friends, and that's so weird. It looks like you are not friendly with them. If you are using the G with me, I'm feeling like, yeah, you are giving me respect, I know that, but I'm feeling like you are keeping the distance, right? Because that's not the friendly. If it's a person who is your friend, or even who is like around your age, right? So you don't need to use it. And another example I can give, like for example, if you are going to sleep, you would say probably in Punjabi like "Main saun ja raha haan." If you are female, you would say "Main saun ja rahi haan." Saun means sleep. So "Main saun ja," we don't say that, right? I would just say like a "Main sauna hun." That's it. If it's female, she would say "Main sauna hun." It's same for both, right? "Main sauna hun." That is it. So if I have to use the complete sentence like you were using in a present continuous tense, like "Main hun saun ja rahi haan," right? It's so fucking formal. I wouldn't say that. I would say "Main hun saun janaga," right? That's what I would say. So mostly you are saying that because in English, like we say "I'm going to sleep," right? So you are just translating in Punjabi like मैं हुण सौण जा रही हाँ, right? So we don't use it in like a present continuous tense, right? So it would happen like in the future. So you would use the future tense. Don't use continuous tense, right? In Punjabi when you're talking about Punjabi. So you just say like मैं हुण सौण जाऊंगा or मैं हुण सौण जाऊंगी. You can say that in the future if you want. If I give another example of present continuous tense, probably you would say if you are driving a car or whatever, right? So you would मैं कार चला रहा हाँ. If you are female, you would say मैं कार चला रही हाँ, right? So we will say it differently. I will say मैं कार चलाई जानागा. मैं कार चलाई जानागा. If she female, she would say मैं कार चलाई जानी है. So the difference is she would say जानी है, I would say जानागा. All right. So we say like and then janna when we use present continuous. And you guys say reha. We don't use reha. Yes, sometimes in some sentences we use it rehanga, but they're different. I would explain it maybe another time when we use reha, right? Not ha. We say reha. Or if somebody is from the Baba region, right? The Baba, or maybe from the Majha. I'm not sure about the Majha. I think that's the reason. So in Punjab we have a region. So I'm from Punjab. I'm from Malwa region in Punjab. So Malwa is around like 60% of Punjab, 50 or 60%, right? So we say मैं कार चलाई जानागा. So in like in the Baba region they would say like मैं कार चलाई जाना वा. They would use va, right? Or I think from the mother they would say मैं कार चलाउण दियांगा, right? चलाउण दियांगा. So just remember two things when it comes to present continuous tense. So here people are using like diyaha, whatever they're doing. So we say janaga, right? Janiya or whatever. So we don't use rehaha, right? So in books you would say rehaha. I'm gonna give you more examples. मैं चाय पी जानागा, alright? मैं चाय पी जानागा. Maybe the people who is from the Baba region, Amritsari, he would say मैं चाय पीन देंगा, मैं चाय पीन देंगा, alright? So nobody would say like मैं चाय पी रहा हाँ. We won't say that. Another confusing thing, when it's a first or second person, we say hunna. Not hunna like just jai janaga. We say janna, right? We do janaga. If janniya, मैं करी janaga, मैं करी janni, right? Even if second person, you like तू की करी janaga, we still use janaga. But if it's third person, right? He or she or they, whatever, like I would say like ओ चा पी जानदागा, right? Now I won't use janna, now I would use jandaga, janda, right? ओ टीवी देखी जांदे आ, ओ टीवी देखी जांदे आ. I'm still using जांदे, right? Or ओ टीवी देखी जांदी है. If she is feeling ओ टीवी देखी जांदी है, right? So if I have to say this sentence, I would say like मैं टीवी देखी जानागा. If I have to ask you like are you watching TV, I would say तू टीवी देखी जानागा or की तू टीवी देखी जानागा. So notice I'm using janna for first and second person, but for third person I'm using janda, right? So remember that. Another thing I noticed, when you have to talk about the things you did in past, you are no longer doing that, so you are just using like a past simple tense. Like if you have to say like I used to drink tea, or I used to drink a lot of tea, right? Like 4 years ago, you would say most of I'm not talking about you especially, but some say ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ 4 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ 4 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀ, not 4 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਸੀ, I'm saying wrong, you are not 4 years, I know। ਹਾਂ, 4 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਸੀ। 4 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਰਾਈਟ। ਇਸ ਮੀਨ 4 years ago I drink a lot of tea, so we don't say like a ਪੀਂਦਾ ਸੀ। what do we say? We say like 4 ਸਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਲੀ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਬਾਲੀ, I'm not saying ਬਹੁਤ, right? I'm saying ਬਾਲੀ, right? ਬਾਲੀ means also too much, so much। ਬਾਲੀ ਚਾਹ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, I'm using ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ, right? So if you haven't like listened to my recent episode, you can listen it। I think I talked about like a ਹੁੰਦਾ si, how we can use it. Or you can find this video in my own YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the YouTube channel link in the description. You can find it there, alright? So now, if I have to talk about like routines, what I do, I also made a video about that. You can check it out. So mostly you guys are using like if you have to say like I go to the morning walk like every day, you would say like ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਵੇਰ ਦੀ ਸੈਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਵੇਰ ਦੀ ਸੈਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, ਰਾਈਟ। you would say ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, right? I would say ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਸਵੇਰ ਦੀ ਸੈਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਨਾਗਾ। ਔਰ I would say ਮੈਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਤੜਕੇ ਦੀ ਸੈਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਨਾਗਾ, alright? So in books you would only know that morning means ਸਵੇਰ and evening means ਸ਼ਾਮ, but 90% of the time we use tadka for morning, right? And athan for evening 90% of the time. I won't say sham or saveer, right? I would say athan or tadka. Tadka means morning, athan means evening, okay? So take notes about that. So another sentence, if you wanna eat apple, for example, right? In Punjabi you would say ਮੈਂ ਸੇਬ ਖਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। You would use ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ because it means want, right? ਮੈਂ ਸੇਬ ਖਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ। So not only about you, I'm talking about the people who are learning Punjabi, right? So I won't say ਮੈਂ ਸੇਬ ਖਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, or the Punjabi people, they would say ਮੈਂ ਸੇਬ ਖਾਣਾਗਾ, right? It's pretty simple and short. ਮੈਂ ਸੇਬ ਖਾਣਾਗਾ, right? So maybe if you are confusing with ga, because mostly we use ga when we are going to use in future, right? So it's kind of in the future, right? It's kind of in the future. Because I didn't eat, I'm not eating, I would eat it, right? I'll eat it. So we say it very simple. When we want to do something, right? So we don't use like a traditional verb like a want. Want means in Punjabi chauna, right? Chauna or chaunda. So we won't use that. We would just use like a in future, whatever, right? The simple future. I wouldn't, if I would say like a मैं सेब खाऊंगा, it's in future, it's for sure, right? I would do that, right? So here's the difference. You can guess. I'm talking about in future what I will do, or I'm just saying I would like to do it, or I want to do it, right? For example, if I'm going to say like I'll eat it, I eat the apple, I would say मैं सेब खाऊंगा, मैं सेब खाऊंगा, it's खाऊंगा. But if I just want to say like I want to eat apple, I would say मैं सेब खानागा. Are you noticing the difference? खाऊंगा and खानागा, right? खानागा, खाऊंगा. खाऊंगा means in future I'll do it, and khana means like I want. So we'll take another example of other fruit, not other fruit, any other sentence. For example, alright, so let's take, you wanna say I want to watch TV, right? Probably you would say मैं टीवी देखना चाਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, right? मैं टीवी देखना ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, right? I would just say मैं टीवी देखनागा, मैं टीवी देखनागा, right? It's me, I wanna watch TV, मैं टीवी देखनागा. But if I would say like I'll watch TV, it's in the future, right? Then I would say मैं टीवी देखूंगा, right? देखूंगा. So here's the difference, देखनागा and देखूंगा. If I'm using na at the end, na, देखनागा, खानागा, पीनागा, whatever. If when at the end of the verb is na, right? So it's mean I want to do it, right? So if it's like at the end, the, whatever, they, the, right? It's mean I'll do it in the future. If we take another example, I want to drink tea, right? I would say मैं चाय पीनी है. It's na at the ni, right? It's ni, पीनी, मैं चाय पीनी है. All right. If I'll say like I'll drink tea, right? It's mean I'll do it. I'll drink tea in the future. I'll do it in the future, or maybe I'm going to do it. Then I would say मैं चाय पीऊंगा, right? It's mean I'll do it. I'll drink it. But if I say मैं चाय पीनी है, right? So here I'm saying like I want to drink tea. Probably you guys who are learning, you would say मैं चाय पीनी चाਹੁੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ. That's what you say. So here the difference when it comes to the native Punjabi people and the people who are learning Punjabi. And another, probably you say apple means seb in Punjabi, right? But most of the time we say sell. Sell means also apple. If you don't know sell means apple, this is a new vocabulary for you. I think that's good for you. You learned something new today. You can use both. You can use seb or sell, whatever. But it's good for you to learn new word, because if I use like a sell, so you won't think what the hell is that. All right. Another example, when it comes to ability, like can you do it, right? For example, if I ask you like, can you run 1 mile, right? And if you know you can do it, right? Like I can't run 1 mile, right? Probably in Punjabi you would say मैं 1 मील ਭੱਜ नहीं सकदा, or मैं 1 मील दौड़ नहीं सकदा, right? ਭੱਜ and दौड़ means the same thing, right? It's same. It's mean running. So you are using sakda because maybe you learn can means sakda in Punjabi, right? So that's what you say. मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. I can't do it. I can't do it, right? Okay, you can't do it. मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. मैं 1 मील ਭੱਜ नहीं सकता. I can't run 1 mile. But we Punjabi native people, we won't say that. We use sakda very rarely. I would say मैथों 1 मील ਭੱਜਿਆ नहीं जाना. मैथों 1 मील ਭੱਜਿਆ नहीं जाना. So you're noticing I'm not using मैं at the beginning. I'm using मैथों. Alright? मैथों ਭੱਜਿਆ नहीं जाना. We'll take another example. if you ask me, like, can you jump over the car? Okay. And probably you will ask, like, ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ? That's what would you say? ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ? Right? I won't ask like that. I won't use ਸਕਦਾ ਹਾਂ. I would ask, ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੋਂ ਦੀ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰ ਦੇਂਗਾ? That's what I'm asking. It's the same thing. I'm asking you, like, can you jump over the car? If you can't, right? If somebody can't, he would if he's a Punjabi learner, he would say, मैं कार दे उत्तों दी छाल नहीं मार सकदा. Or if he can do it, he would probably say, मैं कार दे उत्तों दी छाल मार सकदा हाँ. That's what he would say. But if I can do it, I would say, हाँ मैं कार दे उत्तों दी छाल मार दूंगा. If I can't, I would say, ना मैं इत्थों कार दे उत्तों दी छाल नहीं बजनी. So as you're noticing, I'm not using sakda at all. So that is the difference. Probably I'll explain it in detail in any other day. So if I'm going to explain it now, it's going to be too long. So now I'm just focusing on, so what is the difference when it comes to Punjabi speaking between Punjabi native people versus the people who are learning Punjabi. So guys, that's it. I think this is my longest episode on the podcast. So maybe I'll explain these kind of things in detail in any another day. So if you want to learn informal conversation Punjabi like we do, if you want to understand us more easily, because I know it's hard for you guys because you learn Punjabi differently, so you can go on my YouTube channel and subscribe it, because I'm going to start a new series, how to become fluent from nothing, right? So how to become fluent from nothing. If you are completely beginner, or you know nothing about Punjabi, maybe you know a few sentences, I think it's a good opportunity for you to learn together. So I'm gonna start from the vocabulary, like we are gonna learn the very basic words from the beginning. Then we will learn like some verbs, then we will some pronouns, we will start speaking small sentences. I would explain Punjabi tenses and what is the difference between informal and formal, these kind of things. So you would know what the difference between informal and formal, so you won't confuse when we speak informal. So you can go on my YouTube channel and subscribe it. I'm gonna put the link in the description, or you can go on the YouTube and you can search on my name, Amrinder Singh, right? And you would find there I have around like a 19 videos there. So maybe if you are listening it maybe after 1 year, maybe 6 months, I would probably have more videos. So make sure you find it through the link. I'm gonna put the link in the description. So I hope you enjoy the lesson. I'll be back with another lesson another day. Thanks for listening.